Peace, family. We here with the God. Introduce yourself.
Flawless Bay.
No doubt. Islam, brother. How's everything going on with you, brother?
I'm great, man. I'm definitely great, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
God is good.
Indeed. We were having this conversation about economics, group economics, digital currency and things of that nature, cooperative economics. Can you add on to some of that?
Definitely. When it comes to economics, stuff like that, what we have right now in the population is around about 44 million black people, English-speaking black people. Then we have around about 57 million Hispanic-speaking black people. You cannot, with the 44 million black people, you can't hire 44 million black people. You know, it's impossible to hire that many people. Because a percentage of them is blind, crippled, and crazy. A percentage of them is too young, criminal, don't want to work, and a percentage is too old to work.
Yes.
So that's the dilemma with everybody saying jobs. So instead of saying that, just expounding on what you were doing, I also have an investment program, and it is all about investment. 44 million black people can be an investor, but 44 million black people can't be employed.
Not employed.
You know,
they can create opportunities, but it goes back to the age that we're in of the entrepreneur. So it's not about being employed, it's about creating either a product or a service and being able to put that in the market.
No, right. And again, it's you can say it's the age of the entrepreneur, but it's not really the age of the entrepreneur at this moment. I believe it's the age of the investor. And this is what we have to do, because again, everybody can't be an entrepreneur. Everybody's not going to wake up on time. Everybody doesn't have that kind of character and energy and willpower. But because of that, it doesn't matter if you don't have that. What you need is $1, or just like you said, $20, and if you constantly do that, the numbers add up. And I know that as well. And it's very simple to do. And it just takes a few people, and then people start gravitating towards that, towards that venture.
Right.
So that's what I wanted to say on that.
No doubt. What would be the way that you would go about implementing the 44 million? How could we collectively contact 44 million people and put them on the same page to come to an agreement to get behind what it is that you're proposing?
Okay, so the way you could get them is through the social media that they go to. So if you don't have to recreate the wheel when it comes to grabbing attention. They already have attention through the same outlets that you can go to and be able to inspire these walking sleep, the walking dead. You inspire them through where they go through already, and then you'll be able to say, okay, well, you could put a minimum amount, and this is what you will get. For that.
Definitely.
All right.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, good brother. Thank you for adding on that wisdom to the family. You know what I'm saying? I'm just encouraging the family to go ahead and research the keywords: investment, investor, angel investor, venture capitalist, cooperative economics, free economy, multi-level marketing, and things of that nature. Because like we've been saying over the years, the collective, the membership, that's where we the people, that's where the answer lies. It's been said in many different ways, different languages, by different messages and prophets and teachers, but I'm beginning to really understand what they mean. So the purpose of Baba TV, the purpose for HOK, the purpose for KTL, the purpose for UGR is to disseminate information, disseminate updates to the family, black news, current events, and by doing such, to build up the membership around the world of people who are on the same frequency and wavelength. Now, once you accomplish that, there's a second phase. Then you begin to commodify and you begin to charge that audience, or you begin to charge your subscribers to become members. Because remember, they're just subscribers now. A subscriber usually is for free. A member is somebody who pays to become part of a organization, a union, a cooperative, and things of that nature. And now you are actively pursuing solutions, and you're responsible as the member. You have a responsibility. You don't put it on the shoulders of the one, because we don't live in the era of the one anymore. Please, I gotta talk to you real quick. We don't live in the era of the one anymore. We live in the era of the many. We live in this new social media era where it does rest on the one. Like he said, there's one person now on social media with 44 million followers. So we gotta get around that one and influence that one. You work on that, because you could work on the 44 million, but what if you work on that one and show that one the way, and you give that one the formula, and you wake that one up? That one now has the opportunity to put out a tweet.
Exactly.
And if it's put together the right way, they could put out one tweet, and like Marcus Garvey said, the world as you know it could change in 24 hours. I believe Noble Drew Ali said that too. So it's the collective, and we're not charging the collective to do anything that would put them in the danger of violating the law. You don't want your freedom taken away from you. If that never happened to you, I suggest that you avoid that at all costs. If that has happened to you, could relate to what I'm saying. So you don't ever want to take penitentiary chances in a legal system, in a system that's not. It's a de jure system. It's a de facto. It's not even a right system. You are legally dead in the eyes of the law. So you want to avoid that at all costs. So I don't even want to have no conversation with nobody about doing some illegal shit. Okay? Because that's off the table. All right? All of that we're gonna do. All of that that talk that people do, that colorful talk online. We're not talking about that. What we're talking about is coming together, agreeing, agreeing to come together collectively with a purpose, right? And using that purpose to push us forward and to make history right now and take advantage of the times. I don't want to hear about, what if the internet, crashes? Well, we'll deal with that shit that day. You guys got to stop coming up with excuses. It's here right now. There is a boom taking place on multiple levels, and we got to tap into the boom. We have to be able to take advantage of the numbers that we have. Because remember, a lot of people are suffering that are part of those numbers because they now have collectively come together on an economic front to say, shit, it's 30,000 of us. I'm going to just donate. I'm not in donate. I'm going to invest. Because he said it's the age of investors. So it's time to invest in oneself. We're not saying to invest in a pyramid scheme or Ponzi scheme or something that you're not sure of. Invest in yourself. Right? Invest in an initiative. Invest in a plan, or invest in a program that has been proven to yield results. Like MLM, multi-level marketing. It's an algorithm that's set up. It yields results.
Right. Can I just?
Of course you can.
And I think a lot of times in business, people will have a negative experience with the individuals doing a method of business. Like a lot of folks have been very jaded by multi-level marketing. As soon as they hear multi-level marketing, they automatically start to turn off, because in many instances they've had several interactions where it didn't pan out. Either the people that were the facilitators of it were not ethical, or they were not motivated, or they chose to exploit people rather than present opportunities. So for those of you listening, don't just listen and hear, process that you may have had a negative experience. As your brother said earlier, break bread with those people. see the spirit and the mindset of the individuals that you're working with. Because if you got a strong brother, strong sister that's ethical and serious about the upliftment of you both in your community, that's a brother and sister you should connect with and you should work with. Don't you think?
I definitely think that. I appreciate that, man.
Sure.
Again, this is not an age of entrepreneur. Even though, it's excellent to be out there, do for yourself, and be a boss, because that energy is what you need. Like, it's a difference between being a boss and being an employee.
Right.
Because it's a whole different energy.
Major difference. Major difference.
It's a masculine energy to be an entrepreneur, and it's a feminine energy when you are employed by somebody. It's just the same thing if you went, again, if you're in your mama house, right, or your father house, there's only one dad to a house, one man to a house. If you think you're a man, then your dad is definitely going to ask you to leave.
Time for you to get your own.
Because of the fact that there's only one man and only one woman to a house. When you go to work, it's the same thing. It's not a democracy at work. It's a dictatorship. So you become the feminine energy when you work for somebody. That's automatic. Your energy has to come down to feminine.
Right.
This is the law. This is the law of nature.
And don't trip on that either, because we all go through various stages. We all have feminine and masculine energy in us. So you got to know which position you're in, how you're working through that energy. So don't take it in negative, because we all, in many instances, have to work a job until we position ourselves economically to step into entrepreneurship. So I fully agree with the brother, but I see sometimes people hear the masculine and the feminine, and they take it only on the physical realm. It's the realm of creation. There's nothing that's created without a masculine and feminine and energy interplaying.
No, definitely. Is the brother coming back?
Yes, he is. Yes.
Shout out to my big brother right here.
Was good. And, all right, you might want
muscle idol, man.
Oh no. and you might want to drop a word.
Yeah, thank you, brother, man. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, brother.
Word, man.
So family, KTL Empowerment at Gmail. You know what I'm saying? Look out for that Facts Initiative 2016 to 2020. It's coming real soon. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's that time. It's time. I mean, we've been doing this for a very long time. So it's about putting the pieces together. Leaders lead and bring people together. We're identifying the fact that Harlem does not have leadership. It has not had leadership, a collective leadership for a long time. And it's time.
Could I expound on that?
Yes.
Again, we gotta. No offense. You know what I mean? We don't need no leaders. We don't need no leaders.
No, I know.
We don't need no leaders. We don't need no leaders.
Can I clarify that?
I just wanna be clear on what I mean by what I'm saying. The reason why I'm saying is that we through with messengers. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta stop all that messenger. The messenger brings a message. So the whole point is to become the message, not become the messenger. You have to become the message of God, not the messenger of God. So that's what we want to be, the message of God. So we have to embody the message. That's an act. A messenger is a vessel. Like that's not what you want to be. You want to be the message of God, because I'm the message of God. You know what I mean? I'm the manifestation of what He is saying. So that gives me power. Not the vessel. What's inside the vessel is power. Not the message. You got to be clear. You got to be careful with that. You know what I mean? Because I'm never going to bow down to another man, because I'm not a feminine. I'm not a woman. You know what I mean? So I'm my own man. I'm my own vessel. I don't need another vessel to bow down to. I need what's inside of him. The example of him is the power I'm trying to duplicate, not the vessel itself. So you got to be careful with that, man. No more messages, man.
Let me clarify that. To clarify that statement, and I'm in total agreement with the brother that the fact that we were speaking about it earlier, that it's about the message, it's about the plan and not the man, because of the simple fact that we are dealing with a system that has countered that. All right, that's called COINTELPRO. That's what happened in the 60s when they began to execute the leaders, and consequently the plan went in the casket with the man. So the new model that was being shown was the autonomous organizations such as Anonymous, such as Black Lives Matters, and Occupy Wall Street. Not saying that we have affiliation. I'm using examples of new organizations that don't identify themselves with any kind of leadership. They identify themselves with a mission statement and a plan. So there's been messengers, and there's been messages in Harlem for centuries, damn near, for over a century, and throughout the decades, many people have come, many people have gone, but we're living in this new era, in this new age right now, where, like the brother said, we have to become the message. So we should be clear what the message is. There's enough people who have come to clarify what the message should be. So all I'm saying is, yes, this is about the Black Messiah, but the Black Messiah being the collective, being the people. That is what you see now, identifying themselves as the conscious community. Those would be identified as the rise of the Black Messiahs, or the awakening, the grand awakening. Noble Drew Ali said the Moors will come unto themselves in the year 2000. Garvey said, look for me in a whirlwind, that the people will wake up 100 years from 1920. So yeah, it's taking place in the now. Right now is the most important time that we have to focus on. We have the tools that it takes to at least get back in the race. Okay? At least get back in the race. All right? And then we'll talk about how we're going to sprint to the front. But let's work on getting back in the race.
Right. And
Peace.
Being in proper condition, you know, from an athletic background, you got to be eating right. You got to have your mind game tight. You got to be strategizing at what your competitors are doing, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are. So you ain't going to just run up in there. You're going to do your prep work, and then you're going to step in there and roll. But so much like what the brother said, we got to break bread with each other. We got to bond again. We got to know we're working ethically, because we have great systems, but in many instances we may have had a negative experience with a brother working that system. So we got to put some of our negative experiences aside and give a new brother, a new sister, an opportunity to demonstrate that they are ethical and willing to work with you on a strong ethical basis.
Can I expound on that,
Yes,
brother?
you can.
All right. The reason why we are negative is because we don't know what love is. And it's a clear understanding of what love is basic. The stuff that we learned from our first teacher,
Which
is our mother
woman.
and father, not just the mother.
Right. But the first is the mother. She's the first teacher to the child. That's historically, she is the first. She to come out the womb.
Right.
She's nurturing you. She teaches you how to listen to her heartbeat. But,
Right.
But the father's immediately after. You know, I'm not. You know. Anyway, that's my perspective. I didn't mean to interrupt your thought. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's the mother and the father.
Okay.
I would never disrespect myself and place myself with no woman. It's God and goddess. It's equal. Love is equal. When you say love, love is equal. When you say leverage, leverage is
Balance.
leverage is not balance. Leverage is greater than, less than. All right? When you in the company of love, equal company, right? Then there's no shunning of the man. There's no ridicule. There's no trying to dominate the next man, no matter how tall or short he is. Right, because that's all about that's a leveraged mind. When you in the love state, it's all equal, whether it's a child or a grown man. So that's what I was saying with, you know, and love comes in for me. The way I define love is three parts. It's obligation, which is the responsibility of another. Loyalty, which is to say, through thick and thin, we're gonna be here for each other, and to be faithful. And because we got brothers and sisters, sometimes it be like, this is my brother, but he get in fights a lot. But this is my brother, it's my family, but I might sever the tie being obligated to him, which I'm still loyal because he's my brother, but I'm not obligated no more to fight with this man because he's going down a path where I'm gonna have to sever that tie. When you do that, you take that with you on your job. You take that with you in your personal relationships. Then you become loyal to a woman. You can stick around, but you won't be as faithful to her, or you won't be obligated to her, because you learn that disconnect through your home life. And that's the point I was making.
So
you know what I mean?
But you're saying that's a negative. You're not.
It is a negative.
Okay, good. Just make that
Because-
clear.
No.
What he just said was not an ideal arrangement.
No, that's not.
That's actually a dysfunction.
No, it is a dysfunction.
Exactly. Okay.
But before it became, again, when you dysfunction is a manifestation, right? So before it became a dysfunction, it came from the heart. The heart was broken. Then you get the insecurity from the mind.
Right.
Then you get the pettiness out of the mouth. Then it's dysfunction.
It's a domino effect.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and if you look at the creation, just like how you were saying, brother, it said the God created light. You know what I mean? Like by speaking it. So before God spoke it, it came from His heart. Because the heart was pure.
Right.
Mind was pure. But He spoke pure. And then light came to manifest.
Right.
And it was good. That's why He said it was good. Because everything that the whole domino effect was pure.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you have a broken heart, then your mind is insecure. That's broken.
Exactly.
Doubt, confusion.
Right.
And then that confusion comes out of your mouth.
Right.
And that's what manifests the dysfunctional behavior.
Right, and in many instances, it triggers that other person's need of healing. Because a lot of times we're damaged people coming together and just pushing the buttons that keep triggering those pains.
Right.
We both have to heal.
Right.
Bring healed people together. That's
Right.
what we're going to start to build.
But the first thing is the heart. It's not as much as we say conscious, it's not really, for me, it's not about the conscious, because unity comes before consciousness. So we unified, and then we can talk about how we can control.
Now, unity comes before consciousness.
Yeah, unity comes first.
So I can be confused. I'm not conscious, but I can bond and create some unity.
Right.
I think you need a level of consciousness before you even know the
What I'm
value
trying to say is, brother,
of unity.
what I'm trying to say is, you can be conscious on your own. So can he and me.
Okay.
And then you can have a different interpretation of what consciousness is.
But you can be confused and create unity.
What
Don't you need to be conscious to even know that
what I'm
unity
trying to
has
say,
a value?
what I'm trying to say is, brother, as long as we come together, we gonna talk that out.
Right, but the desire
No,
to
hold
come
up,
together
hold
can't
up.
come from confusion. You got to have consciousness. For me to see you as my brother,
Right.
I got to have the level of consciousness. For me to see him, that's consciousness. So before unity can come, I got to be clear enough to know that these brothers are mine.
And what I'm trying to say is, the interpretation of your unity may be different than my interpretation.
Okay.
So we got to come together to get that clear.
Okay, I see that point.
Okay, so that's
we
why unity is first.
Well, come together. We need to be amongst each other. We ain't together yet until we click. But we need to at least be in the same room.
Right.
That part I get. I'm with that.
You understand?
I'm with that. Peace. What's going on?
So
All
that's
right.
so that's what I meant.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Unity is
definitely
always
on
going to
board
be
with that.
first.
Coming together. It's unity. See, for me, when I say unity, I'm tight. Unity means we tight. We need to start talking and start, hey, brother. So that's not unity yet. That's the process towards unity. So we need to come. We can't call that unity yet. Just because we all standing here together, we ain't unified yet. We got to all be thinking on the same page. That's when we got unity.
That's why I said, because remember, a lot of things are predicated off of relationships. I'm not unifying with nobody that I'm not in a good relationship with. There's not a clear enough communication that we could relate to each other.
But you still will be in dialogue with them, but you ain't unified yet. You're just trying to work this out.
What I found out from practice is that one of the strongest bonds, one of the strongest ways that men can bond is by working together.
Yeah.
Which would be unity.
Well, are you unified at the barbershop with all of the barbers? Is there unity there?
But I'm a one-man barbershop because I already know this could be strife.
Okay. But have you been in settings where your brothers? You've been in barbershops where there are different barbers?
With broken hearts and broken vessels, definitely.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And is that all that they know? Yes.
Okay.
Because you want to wake up every day and again, if that unity has leverage involved, remember leverage, the intentions that come with leverage is greed, is jealousy, is sloth. That's what leverage brings. That's what leverage brings.
Yeah.
Because there's no company of love, we cannot unify correctly, like to where we can build on something all together.
I agree.
You know what I mean? It becomes destructive behavior. So I understand that. You know what I mean? Like, again, I understand that. But still, in all, we still have to come together. Let me use that word.
Exactly.
Come together.
Come together.
And then we
Work
get
towards unity.
and work towards unity.
Yes.
I agree.
I'm gonna agree with that, bro.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Because
you.
I try to correct my brothers sometimes when they speak about hate. And they like, yo, I hate the white man. I just hate him. I hate niggas. And I'm like, what you should focus more on, because I tried hate before. I tried that out, and it made me sick.
Right.
And it made me weaker. But when I try love, though, when I try loving myself, and then loving my people, and then loving my babies, loving my family, you know what I mean? When I tried out love, I didn't need to hate.
Right.
I just was like, yo, I love my people so much, and I love my family so much that if you ever cross that line,
Right.
if I ever find out that you are actively trying to destroy us, I'm gonna go into complete destruction mode. I'm annihilating you based off of that love. That love is stronger than that hate.
Right. And let me
You know what I mean?
get right back to you. Don't go nowhere. I just want to add something I heard. It's not original, and I'm sure y'all heard it too. I heard, it just hit me. It just made too much sense. They say hate is you drinking poison and hoping somebody else die.
Right.
Because you walking around with that all up in you, your spirit.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, it's been proven that hate, the vibration, and what kind of hormones and toxins you begin to excrete works on both the liver and the kidney. Like, there's been proven tests to show that it restricts one's health, and health is wealth. And we can't talk about loving and doing anything if your health is not right. So you got to be mentally right, you spiritually got to be together, and you really got to watch what you eat.
Pardon me, man.
Yes.
You got to watch what you put in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because
I appreciate it.
your food
Yes.
should emit a vibration of love if you are seeking to be loving.
Yes.
Can't be from a cow that got beheaded, you know what I'm saying, while I was screaming and crying and squealing, or worse, a pig
Yeah.
who was got bludgeoned in the head with a bat or a pipe or a projectile.
Or a chicken shot up with hormones. None of that
Or a
stuff.
chicken who was in a slaughterhouse that was smelling death all day, hearing death, feeling there's a cloud of death surrounding it from inception. So you gotta focus on food that contains sunlight, electrified foods, organic foods, and things of that nature, because the revolution starts in the kitchen. It really starts with self. And when it starts with self, it starts with what you put in your mouth and what you don't put in your mouth. Then it trickles down and goes forward into other departments. But that's what you should be focused on first.
Very true.
Facts.
Yes, yes. And that's more into my field of expertise. Your health is your wealth. Your body's your temple. If you are not putting healthy, non-GMO foods, look for organic. And it's a little more expensive, but how expensive is healthcare? So treat yourself well. Eat as best you can. Prepare your own foods. I know many of us like the ease of eating out, of putting on our best and sitting at a table and having a waiter or waitress bring us a meal, but you don't know what processes are taking place in that kitchen. You don't know how healthy that food is. So treat yourself well, eat well, live well, think well. Move yourself towards a positive place where you're constantly creating wonderful energy and blessings. And if you're in any kind of toxic situation, either in a relationship or you're working at a job that's sapping your spirit, now, it's not an overnight change, but you got to make moves towards eliminating activities and individuals that are draining and pulling you down, that are pulling your energy, pulling your spirit. These are just some of my quick synopsises, just coming here on 125th Street just to share some thoughts. Most of the alumni are kind of spread out. The Apollo had a great event for Black History Month. Today's February 6th. Tomorrow they're going to be showing the Black Panther movie, I'm Coming Back Out. And hopefully Brother Baba will be out too to capture the hearts and minds and thoughts of 125th Street. And we are here constantly trying to feature brothers, feature sisters. And also, I need to say this. Let me go on record for this. We really need to get more sisters sharing their thoughts. You know, really. And many of you sisters, when I do look at Sarnetta TV, Baba TV, I'm looking at the comments, and you all contribute so well. So much of the insight that I get related to comments are from women. There's a feminine energy so missing in the conscious community. And sisters, yeah, you're going to have to come in, and some of the brothers you got to elbow aside. They got egos for days. But without balance, that's all we got is egos bumping up against each other. You need to bring that feminine energy just to smooth that out. You have an insight and an intellect that we so need. So if you're a sister out there with a product, a service, a thought, a concept, an idea, spoken word, whatever you bring it, I'm sure Sarnetta would be receptive. I know Red Pill, Blue Pill would be receptive. Feminine energy is needed. So I don't know if that's a commercial, but I support this ad. And Baba, you have any other subject matters you think we should tackle, or? Okay. Wrapping up, but sisters, please heed that plea. You know, we need you. It's not even optional. Your presence is direly needed. Please come on board and help guide this conscious community to the potential that it has. So this is your brother Herman Small saying, enjoy, peace, love, and continue to fight.